What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the DC Finest Superman, the Invisible Luthor. This is the second volume for Superman in chronological order for the DC Finest line. It is not the second one released, but it is the second in chronological order. It takes place directly after the first volume, which is Superman, the First Superhero, which contains the first appearance. And that was in my previous video. So we're going to talk about the one that was released just recently. This is pretty new, and it's a direct follow-up. So we're going to look at the contents. Like again, I said, the DC Finest. They're a pretty thick book with a beautiful spine with that bullet DC logo. That's the best DC logo of all time. This book contains issues from 1940 and 1941. There's Superman breaking out of the chains. These are some iconic covers on the back, like that one there, Superman breaking out of the chains. This one's an iconic one with Superman, Batman, and Robin playing baseball. I always loved that cover. And here's the chronological timeline. As I've mentioned in the last video, it goes from 1938 to 2011. So these DC Finest lines will be collecting a lot of material from decades and decades, which is incredible. This is amazing. So we can see from, I'm just going to compare it to the previous volume, which was 1938, 39, and a little bit of 1940. So now we have 1940 and 41. So if there's another volume coming out after this, it would continue to carry on those Golden Age comics from the 40s. So let's look at this. The price is $39.99 in America, $53.99 in Canada, and I paid, I think, maybe $40 for this in Canadian dollars. Sometimes Amazon does have a good deal. So this collects Action Comics 26 to 40, Superman 6 to 11, New York World's Fair Comics number 2, World's Best Comics number 1, and World's Finest Comics 2 to 3. So yeah, a lot of early Golden Age comics in here. This is awesome, in my opinion. So we got, all stories are written by Jerry Siegel. And there's Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster were the creators of Superman. And yeah, we got table of contents, tells you exactly what issues are on what page. We love to see that. And as you can tell, there's a lot of pages, almost 600 pages in these DC Finest books. Really worth the price. Honest to God, if you're trying to get into DC Comics and you want to kind of have a start, I wish I had a starting point like this when I first started reading comics. This is an excellent starting point to get into comics, is the DC Finest line. It's very similar to the Marvel Epic Collections, which I will talk about. And if you don't know what they are, they're similar to this, just a Marvel version of it. So, to me, it's the best bang for your buck. That's my opinion. Some people might disagree with that, but my opinion is the best bang for your buck. So, we got some iconic artwork. Like, oh my god, just look at this stuff. I love this stuff, man. I love old comics. The colors, the way it looks. Now, the writing and stuff can be a little bit, text heavy. And, it could be a little bit, it's not as, probably not as deep as, it's definitely not as deep as modern day comics, but not saying that modern day comics are deep, but you don't expect All-Star Superman, you know what I mean? But this is just a fun time. Like, look at this. I love these old comics, man. This stuff is great. Like, oh my god, just seeing the old action comics, old just art, these timeless stories. Superman, faster than a speeding bullet, can leap bounds, can leap buildings in bounds or single bound or whatever it is. Like, back in the Golden Age, he actually only had those kind of simple powers. Super strong, fast, and could jump really high. He didn't have super flight. He didn't have, heat vision. Like, his really crazy superpowers came during the Silver Age era. And I love the Silver Age era. We will talk about that in the future. But the Golden Age Superman, it's one of the gold standards, man, for the Golden Age. It really is. This stuff is awesome. It's so fun. Sometimes Silver Age stuff could be, or Golden Age stuff, sorry, could be a bit, daunting of a task to read. I find the Superman stuff awesome. I think it's excellent. I don't think there's any sort of, I don't think it's boring. I don't think it's, bad at all. I know it's older. It may not be everyone's cup of tea. And that's the thing with these Golden Age books. If you're someone like me that likes older comics or wants to get the entire history, the whole picture of a character from the beginning, great. But if you're someone that's newer to comics and probably do not like the old style of comics, I would not jump into this right away until you get the feel of it, until you've read more comics, and then you look into it and kind of understand what you're getting into. And that's why I'm trying to show you this. I want you to look at it and see if you think it's type of book that you would have in your collection, because I don't want you to buy something that you were not going to enjoy. So for me, I see this and I'm enjoy it. I love this. Like, look at these old drawings. Just really cool stuff. But for some people, this would not be their cup of tea, and I don't want you to spend $40 or $35 on a book that you may not want. But if you're someone that really wants these old Golden Age 1940s comics, this is perfect for you. Get the DC Finest. The omnibus editions, which are really huge books, they're harder to find, and they're a lot more expensive. So you're going to have a more difficult time finding the omnibus, and it's going to take probably $100, or probably over $100, $150, depending. You know what I mean? So that's where I stand with that. You know what I mean? And to the omnibus collectors, obviously, if you're purely an omnibus collector, like, get the omnibus, obviously, or try to. But if you're someone like me, who I'm a hybrid collector, I guess I could call myself. I collect paperbacks, I collect hardcover trades, I collect omnibus. I collect whatever I can get. And so in my way, I try to get the best bang for my buck. This stuff's awesome. But yeah, the DC Finest line, I think I think people should really look into this, because you got some really cool. You get so many stories, so many issues for the price. The historical value of seeing these comics reprinted and restored. Yeah. This stuff is incredible. That's the cover. I think this is awesome. It's so good. There's a lot of these DC Finests out there so far, and I hope they keep pumping them out. I really hope they sell well, and I hope we keep getting more, because to me this is the ultimate way. And there's a few characters I have that I didn't have books for before, and I finally do, because of DC Finest reprinting their stuff. So I'm super excited about that. We've got a great line of books for people that want to get into DC. and people that want to get the best bang for their buck. This is Superman, the Invisible Luthor. Please check it out. You know, but like I said, this is the second book chronologically in the DC Finest series. So if you're looking for the first book, it would be this one. You get this one and this one. You know what I mean? And then you got the first 2 volumes in the Golden Age Superman era. And that'll get you started for that. The DC Finest is an amazing line. This is awesome. I'm so hyped. I hope we get another volume of Golden Age Superman. And they continue doing this. Thanks for checking out the channel. Hope you guys like it. Please like the video. Please subscribe. Comment down below if you like the DC Finest line or if you have any interest in this. And if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Thank you.